Hey guys, so this video we're going to start on our second page in the mini everlasting. So this was our first page. This was the flip pocket page with the pocket and the insert and the chicken wire ribbon, and then the back with the window, which is super cute. We don't have the side pocket insert in yet, but we'll do those later. So we're going to start on the next page. So I'm going to set this page aside. I will link the printables in the description box below. I will link the playlist for the everlasting in the description box below. And I will also link any and all products I use in the description box below. So for this page, for the page we're going to start on today, we are going to do the front side of the second page. So what you're going to need for, excuse my post-it notes, I try to plan ahead, and life is so crazy right now, I can't remember all the little details, so I just have to write them down on my post-it notes. So what you're going to need is page 3, which is main base part 2. And you're going to need the other piece from the page we did last with the window. We're going to use that in this as well. And then you're going to need page 8. You're going to need you're going to use the insert for the next video, but this is part 2 of the envelope pocket page. And then you're going to need page 10 of the envelope pocket page. And then there's the inserts for the envelope. I wanted to show you something. Excuse me. I live in a valley and the allergies are so bad right now, so you have to, if I sound funny, you're just going to have to forgive me for a little while. When I printed this out, I wasn't paying attention to my settings on my printer, so I wanted to kind of point out that I had it on like regular paper, and this is cardstock. This is 110-pound cardstock, and I had it just on regular paper. So when I printed it out, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it printed out really funky, right? So you may want to pay attention to your printer settings. I mean, you can see it's like a shadow of all the bow pieces are on this page, but since it's going to be matted, I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's no big deal. But you do need to pay attention to what your settings say. So like I have to switch mine back and forth because I print on cardstock, I print on vellum, I print on transparencies, I print on all kinds of stuff, so, and just regular paper. So my printer lays down different amounts of ink for each one of those things. So just pay attention to that. I just wanted to point that out. So those are the pages that we're going to be using to start the page 2, the second page. It's the second page we're making, but it may not go into the book in that order, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to set my workbook aside. There is a video on how I made my workbook as well. I will that will be in the playlist for the everlasting. So the first thing we're going to do is, let's see here. I'm going to set a piece of acetate aside, and I'm going to trim out some things. This is a Fiskars Precision Heavy Duty Paper Trimmer. There's my post-it note. So I'm just going to trim this out all the way around. Remember, this is part 2 of the main base. So this is main base option A. This is part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim all of this out. And I'm keeping my big scraps there. While we've got the paper trimmer out, I want to trim the envelope out. And this time it's going to be a flip down envelope. So I don't need these 2 tabs right here, but I do need this bottom tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it like this. And first I'm going to take this big chunk off because I'm trying to save the biggest pieces because I want to use those for die cutting. Alright, so let's go ahead and trim this off here. Whoa. And I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to trim this. So I've got that piece. And then I want this piece, but I think I'm going to have to cut it. Actually, I am going to be using, what do I want to do here? I'm going to just cut it out like this real quick. I'm just going to do a rough cut. So like I said, this piece is going to be used on the back side of this page, so I'm going to set this aside. I already have that, all those things printed out as well, but you're going to need all the tabs on this, so we're just going to cut that piece off there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut these two inserts. I may not use both inserts with this page, and I'm going to put this aside as well. I'm not ready to use that just yet. So I'm going to cut both of these pieces apart. And I'm going to cut them apart. Separate them. Like, I may not use the big insert. We'll just have to wait and see. So those are both of the envelope inserts. And then I'm going to go ahead, well, I've got my paper trimmer out, and this is page 18. So we used the other piece that's on here for the last page. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this out. So it's ready to go. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and cut. Where's my little garbage bucket here? So we need to go ahead and fussy cut these edges. These are Cutter Bee scissors. I like these for this job. You can use the bigger scissors. It's just harder to control. And you guys know how I always say I don't do cut, fussy cut very well. So don't be so hard on yourself if your cuts aren't like, 100% perfect, because mine almost never are. Like, I just cut that little edge off, but it's okay. So then I'm going to notch these little corners here. And I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to fussy cut this out and notch the corners, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all my pieces ready. So the next thing I want to do is I want to score. So this is a EK Tools scoreboard that May sent me. Thank you, May. I will link her website below. She was so kind to send that to me. And all we want to do here is I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to score. This is just a stylus. Somebody made fun of me because it sounds like I say stylist. Stylus. Kind of sounds the same in my southern accent. I'm sorry. Can't help it. Anyway, so we want to go ahead and score these 3 flaps or tabs or whatever you want to call them. Extra pieces. Like that. So we score those 3, and then we want to score this tab here. And we want to score this line here. So the print that I printed these, this is the Harley script. This is the one I designed it specifically to be used with this paper line because I love it so much. So it's 2 of my background designs combined. So, like, I'm going to put that up. So then we just want to go ahead and prep these. This is a Teflon bone folder. I think I'm going to just prep them both ways because I'm not sure which way I want to go here. So I'm just going to flip it around and prep it the other way as well on both. Just like that. And then with this one, I'm just going to prep it the one way. This one's going to be attached to that, so there's going to be no flipping. So it looks like this. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, so this is going to be attached here, right? And then the whole thing is going to be attached down here, so it's going to flip down like that. So what I want to do is I need to put some tape. So I'm going to, this is a 3/8 of an inch Suquane score tape. And these are Tim Holtz Tonic scissors. So I'm going to put a piece there, and then I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to put tape on all 3 sides. Oop, this one's too big. Some of the tabs aren't very wide, or as wide as some of the other ones, so some of them you're going to have to use 1/4 inch. If you just want to use 1/4 inch the whole time, you certainly can. I just happen to have that 3/8 of an inch because I accidentally ordered 3/8 instead of 1/4 one time. But I'm growing fond of it, so you don't have to have all the sizes. I just do. So, okay. So that was easy. Let me make sure that's good and stuck down. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to attach this part 2. I'm not going to attach it, actually. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to ink everything up. So this is Distress Oxide and Vintage Photo. This is new to me, so this is the first time I've really used it in an album for the whole thing. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to ink the edges. I think I decided that actually I want to pick up the pad and go directly to the paper with it first. I forgot I did that. And then I can go back and ink up the edges. It just gives a totally different like effect. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to ink this one up, and I'm going to ink this up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have inked them up, and I wasn't real neat about it. I think I'm really liking that this shabby chic distressed look, because you don't have to be so super neat about things. So I'm pretty much liking that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this part 2 of the envelope to part 1. And first I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down to the side pieces, the bottom piece to the side. It just helps keep things from getting stuck. And then I'm going to take this backing of the tape off, and I'm going to attach it down to the bottom. Whoa, you know what I should have done? I should have used my glue stick, but it's okay. So I'm going to attach that down like that, and then I'm going to attach this down to the bottom here. Now you have to be careful on the main bases because they're not a square, it's more of a rectangle. So you, it needs to be oriented this way where it's shorter width than it is height. Alright, so I'm going to take the backing off of this. Right here. And then I'm going to, you know what, I am going to use my glue stick on this, just in case. Just cheapy old glue stick, just to give it a minute. And I'm just going to gently place this down, try to line it up as best I can. Let's see how we did here. Not too bad. I got off just a little bit, but it's not going to matter. Maybe it mattered a little bit, but just don't get off too bad. Okay, so there's the beginnings of our page, right? Let me go ahead and get this corner a little bit more. So now what I want to do is I'm going to pick out some paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've picked out some paper. So this 6x6 paper pad that I'm using is a Time for Tea, and this is from LDRS Creative, and I will link her shop below. And this is the coupon code that she gave us, Genevieve 20. It's 20% off. So everything in her shop is 20% off. So be sure when you go to her website, when you purchase something, that you use this coupon code. So the 6x6 paper pad is the Time for Tea, and then this piece back here is a digital paper, and I'm hoping that I don't pronounce this wrong, but it's Belle Papillon. That is the name of this digital collection, and it's from the designer who helped design, or who actually designed this paper pack. So she also has done a 20% off coupon code, Genevieve 20, and I will have her link below as well. So I wanted some coordinating papers, so that's why I talked to her about what would be good, what would go good with this paper line. So don't forget to use your coupon codes for both of these websites. Don't forget that. And then the other thing we're going to use for this page is a die set, and this is also from LDRS, and this is gilded oval die. So we're going to be using all 3 of these pages, or pieces, I'm sorry, on the front and the back of this page number 2. So what I was thinking is, I was thinking about having these flamingo doodads there on the bottom here of this page, right? And then I was thinking about using this to do the flap, and then this will be behind. Okay, just kind of like a background thing. So the first thing I want to do, a background thing, is just like an accent color. So I'm going to actually mat the main page and the back of the envelope with this digital printable, and this one is page number 10, in case you're curious. So what we need is the mat for the main base, which is on page 18, and then we need the mat for the envelope. Nope, that's not it. We're going to need this too. We need this mat, and then we're going to need both of these. So these are page 24 is where the mat for the part 1 envelope, and then page 26 is the mat for the part 2 envelope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the main base mat here, and I think I'm going to go over here on this side like this. So I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to trace it out with a pencil like this. So I didn't trace those 2 lines because I'm just going to use the line from where it printed out. So then I'm going to take the mat for the envelope, the back of the envelope, which is right here. I'm going to lay it right up next to that piece. It's just going to be like a continuation. So I'm going to go ahead and trace that out like that. And then I'm going to set those aside. And then the mat for the front of the pocket, I'm going to do the flamingos on the bottom. So I'm just going to take that mat and lay it down here on the edge. Like that. So that'll be the cute little flamingos will be down here. And then I'm going to use this one for, I'm going to use the hot pink. Yep. I guess not hot pink. That is not hot pink. Why did I say hot pink? This is not hot pink. It's like a really pretty plummy burgundy, I don't know. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this out like this. I haven't decided if I'm going to mat the inside yet. I may just leave it that Harley script. I haven't decided, so I'm not going to put those mats up just yet. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these out, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I've got these pieces cut out, the next thing I'm going to do to all 3 pieces, let me scoot these out of the way so that I don't get confused. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to ink up all of these pieces the same way. So I'm going to do one with you, and then I'm going to do all the other ones off camera. So I'm going to take it directly from the ink pad to the paper. And then I'm going to take my little blendy tool here, and I'm going to do this, right? Just kind of smears it a little bit. And then I'm going to take my distressing tool, which this is a Prima distress tool. You can use scissors. You can use whatever distress tool you have. Tim Holtz has one. I have the Bind It All, Distress It All or something. You can use that. Whatever you want to use, or don't do this part at all. That is completely up to you. So I'm just going to go through, and I'm just going to really distress these edges. Just really going to beat it up. Not really beat it up, but make it look like it's been around a while. And then maybe I'm going to do this little fancy edge a little bit. So it makes a bit of a mess, but I still love it. So now it looks like this, right? So I'm going to do that to these other 3 pieces, and then I will be right back. All right, I've got all these pieces all inked and distressed and ready to go. So I was gonna go ahead and just kind of lay it out here real quick just so you can see where I'm going here, right? So it's gonna look kind of like this. So what I was thinking, and then this will be on the back side of the envelope, of course. So what I was thinking is, let me grab my little cutouts that I've already got so I can, you know, lay them down and see what they look like, you know, that kind of thing. So then I was thinking I would do this here, and then we would do the window just like we did in the last one, right? So it'll be peeking up a little bit like that, but there'll be like a cutout there. And I was thinking about maybe putting some lace trim here and maybe along the back. I don't know. Let me think here. What should we do? So where's my vintage trim? I've got this. I got this like at a flea market type thing. I don't know what it is or what it's made of or anything, but I got it for a really good price. So I was thinking we could put some of that sticking out the edge here and sticking out the edge there. What do you think? I'm just gonna go ahead and cut 2 pieces, and we'll just play. This is how I try to plan out embellishments and stuff. Okay, sorry about that. I had to change my battery. Okay, so I'm not going to stick anything down yet, but this is what I'm thinking, and I'm going to use some trim. So what I think I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut me one of these out of some of the white scraps that I have. Let me grab a piece. I don't, how big does it need to be? So this is a 3-piece die, so you get this part. No, not quite wide enough. So this is the part we're going to use. Let me get my die cutting machine. This is a Sizzix Big Shot. So I'm just, whoa. Come on, sit still. So I'm just going to lay this on here and I'm going to run it through. It cuts really nicely. So I'm just going to run it through this way until I hear it pop, and then I'm going to run back through the other way. Alright. Well, you know what I think I need to do? I haven't cleaned the insides out of my die. I think I need to take a minute to do that soon here. No big deal. And then we're gonna pop these out because it cuts a little slightly different if you don't clean those little pieces out of the die, but it still cuts perfectly. And even if it doesn't cut it all the way through in certain little tiny little holes, I'm totally fine with that as well. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, this is just a craft mat. Non-stick craft mat. It's just a small one. I'm going to take my ink pad directly to the edges, just ever so slightly. Whoa, it's such delicateness. And then I'm going to take my, I'm going to have to go this way, and just kind of do a little swirly motion, just kind of spread that ink just a little bit. Okay. So, let's see how this is looking. Let me move that one. See the difference in color? I don't remember what I inked my little tester pieces up with. So, I'm thinking about having a piece of trim sticking out the top there like that. Okay. Then having this on this side a little bit. And then cutting out a window, right? And then I was thinking about having a piece of trim coming out, not the flap, but behind the mat here on the back side. So it's like 2 layers of trim. See, that'd be cute. I like that a lot. So we're just building up the different layers. So what I need to do now is I'm going to set these 3 pieces aside. right here, or those 4 pieces. And let's go ahead and put this sucker together. I'm still thinking, you guys. I'm still thinking. I kind of half want to just attach it down on one side. No, because it's going to be like a pocket. That can't do that. Not a pocket. It's going to be our window. Oh, you know what I need to do too? I need to add a magnet. That's one of the things I need to do. Oh, shoot. So let's do that. Okay, where's my magnets? Again, I'm still using these super magnets. These are the teeny tiny ones. And the flat washers, except I think I'm just going to use 2 magnets because we're going to go through several layers of thick cardstock here. So I've got an idea for something I want to do in this corner right here. So I'm not going to put a magnet on this one yet because I might have to wait a layer or 2, if that makes sense. So I've got 2 magnets here. Let me put that aside. So I'm going to attach one down. I'm thinking it's going to be right around, well, no, I need to be careful here. I need to try to figure out how I can mark it. It's going to be right around here, I think. Goodness. So I'm going to take a piece of score tape, just a little piece, and I'm going to put it along the back side of that magnet there. You know what I could do? I could mark it with a pencil. And look, it's sticking to my pencil. Okay. My fingernails do not let me pick things up very easily. Actually, they're too long. I need to fix them. I have people ask me all the time about my nails. I do my own nails. I used to be a nail tech, and I had to retire from that. 18 years I had to retire. So I do my own nails, but I don't do anybody else's nails. Whoops. Okay, come on. There we go. And the reason I have to go ahead and put that down now is I'm hoping this will work. If this doesn't work, then I'm not sure what we're going to do. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to add this trim. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to add this trim down. I'm just going to run just like a strip of glue right here. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. And I don't want too much of it sticking up. I don't want it to be too far. Where do I want to cut it at? Here. There we go. Right? So I use my Fabri-Tac for that, and then I'm going to use the art glitter glue that May sent me as well. And I'm just going to go around the outer edge of this piece. I get asked about my printer all the time too, because these digital pieces were printed with a laser printer, and that's where you kind of get that sheen from, just in case you were wanting to know. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I hope this works. If not, we'll just call this a what not to do video. Right? So we got this down. So let's see. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down as well. I'm trying to decide where I want it to be here. I think I want it all the way over. So again, I'm just going to go right along this edge with this art glitter glue, because when it punches out, I want to keep the center, if that makes sense. Alright. This does have an up and down, I think. I thought this had hearts on it. No, that was the other one. Oh, it does a little bit. Alright, I think I'm going to put it, I am going to have it sticking out a little bit over here. I think just like this. Maybe I'll even have it up a little bit. Like that. Why not? Okay. So I probably have shifted the glue a little bit too much, but we'll see how this works. So now I'm going to run this thing through my machine. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this will work. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over. Oops, it's attached. I'm going to go ahead and cut these little tails off here, just so they don't get caught in the machine somehow. Stuck on my scissors. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this whole thing in here. Let me get it to where you could see. Alright, I'm going to lay this down. I hope this works, you guys. This would be so awesome. I'm going to lay this down right there. Then I'm going to take the other part of this die that's just the oval, and I'm going to position it right there. And I'm hoping this will work. I think it'll work. And let's see. I can't get over top of it to tell if I'm in the center or not, but alright, you guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Alright. Sorry about the glare. Oh, come on, baby. There we go. Gotta use a little bit of muscle. So how many layers is that going through? That's going through three layers. Alright, let's go back through. And look what happened to the magnet. Okay, so lesson on that is, oh, I don't need to take the whole thing out. You're gonna have to wait to put your magnet. So look what it did. It dented my plate and everything. So now that we learned that lesson, we can't do that again. But you know, you're supposed to put your magnet on before, you know, you put your mat. Well, next time we're just gonna have to leave it open. But look what it did. It broke. It has broken. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do, I need all three of these pieces. Oh, it didn't want to cut through right there because of the magnet. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to flip it over and trim it out ourselves. It's just a little bit. Look. No big deal. Okay, so we're going to have to put something over top of that. Alright, so now we're going to have to figure out how we're going to cover that madness up. So is this just one piece? This should be two. Oh, see, yeah, my glue, I did shift it too much. So when you go to put your thing down, don't shift it so much. So, but that's okay. That's kind of grungy. Not grungy, but like shabby, chic looking. So we're going to keep those pieces as well, along with this piece. You never know, we might need that too. So here's what we got. Right? Besides the mess up on the magnet, that's pretty cool looking. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these edges real quick. So see, it will go through all three layers. Just again, don't use your magnet until you've done cut through. You're done cut through. Alrighty, so we've got that cut. And then this piece is going to go behind it. If I can figure out which way it's supposed to go. Don't guess it really, you know what, I mean, we may not even need the whole piece. We might just need half of it. So I'm going to cut this in half, I think. And that way we could use the other half for something. Maybe not quite half. So I'm going to go ahead. Look, I just moved it anyway. Cut this in half. Sort of. I'm going to put this aside. So we're going to go ahead and attach this sucker down. We're not going to put any lace behind it or anything, because we've got this trim right there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this down. I'm going to use art glitter glue again. And I'm going to go around all 4 edges of this way. And then I'm going to go around the oval. I like this metal tip on this stuff because it gives you a really fine line of glue. So again, I will link May's shop below. Okay. All right. All right, so this part is going to be attached down to the main base part A. So now we have our window. So we got something that looks like this. That's going to be so cute. Look at that. It's like beacon. It's like hello. Okay. I'm going to have to embellish this little sucker somehow. We'll have to give that a little bit of thought. Okay. Look, my scissors keep getting stuck to the magnet. All right, so remember then we were talking about putting this here and then this match. It's just like a continuation of that page there. And then I wanted to do like a little tuck spot here. So we're going to hide the magnet under the tuck spot, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 things down. So I'm going to glue this bit of lace trim right here. Just going to run a line. Need to clean off my little edge there with my Fabri-Tac. And then I'll lay this down. Try to get it even somehow. Well, I didn't do a very good job of cutting that one even, did I? Let's try again. Here we go. And I might pull it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to use the art glitter glue to attach this one down. You know what else could happen? You know what else? I could make it a pocket as well, like a side pocket. So I may not attach all, I'm just going to do 3 edges, just in case I want to do a little side pocket there. That'd be fun, I think. So just like that. And then I'm going to tuck this down, or place this down. Right, so then if we wanted to, we could put a little, that could be a little pocket. Okay, so I found in the Belle Papillon, I promised I wouldn't keep butchering that, didn't I? But I keep saying it anyway, so sorry. I found a sheet of these pretty tags, right? And so I think I'm going to use this one. This is on page 63. It's I think it's design sheet 63. I don't remember, but this is the Belle Printable collection. So I think, because look at, they have these really pretty postcards and stuff. So I think I might use it like as a tag tuck spot. What do you think? You think that'd be cute? I kind of like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. Oh, did you hear the magnet? So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to ink it up and distress it just like I do everything else. And then I'll be right back. Alright, so I've did all of that. And then I used a hole reinforcement. The color that was the original color that was on there was a little bit grayish. So I just used my distressed ink and I made matching hole reinforcements, and it fits perfectly. And then I just used a regular old standard old office punch to poke that hole out. So I'm thinking of using this like as a corner tuck. So I'm going to put the magnet here. Oh goodness, you guys, I cannot believe I broke that magnet. I mean, who does that? Only me. Only me. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to touch it down like that. I'm going to put a piece of score tape on the back of it. Where's my scissors? I've got scissors for everything. I have 3 pairs of scissors that I use on a regular basis when I'm making my mini albums. Have you ever noticed that? Each one of them have their purpose, and I like them all. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm going to shut this, and I think it should be, oh poop. I said poop. So the reason I needed to do that is I needed to adjust where this corner piece is going to be. So I want it to be kind of like this. So it's going to be like a side tuck thing, right? So I'm going to avoid my corner here, but I'm going to put, this is that 3M foam tape. I'm going to put it along 2 sides. Yeah. And I'm going to cut it in half so I can get more use out of it. So I'm going to avoid that corner there. I'm just going to put a piece right here. And I'm going to put a piece right here. And then I'm going to grab another little piece right here. Okay. But before I touch that down, so it's going to look like this. Cute. I'm going to use a piece of cheesecloth, just a piece left over. And I'm going to string it through here like this. And I'm going to fold it over. So this is just cheesecloth left over from the last page. I fold it over. And then I'm going to staple it. I'm just going to staple it, I think, for now. I'm just going to staple it with the Tim Holtz stapler. I'm going to staple it twice. Oh, did I run out of staple? Oh, no, I'm good. This is a Tim Holtz tiny fastener, actually, is what it's called. So, all right, so let me take the backing off of this. Boy, I hope this works. I'm not going to be happy if it doesn't. All right, so I'm just going to lay this on here. Trying to see where I'm going here, so I'm not so crooked. Lay it on there like that, right? And I may need to trim up these a little bit here. Maybe not with those scissors, just so they don't enter. I'm just gonna like jab at it, you know, like the hairdressers do when they're cutting your hair. It's like, that's what I feel like. And pull some pieces. Oh, that might be my shipment. Okay. So it looks like that. Oh, let me cut these pieces off. For some reason, I'm right now standing on my tippy toes. I have no idea why. I was trying to look out my front door, that's why. Oh, goodness. So, we have something that looks like this so far. So then when it folds up, please work. Hey, it worked, yay! Awesome! Okay, so I'm going to take a magnet and a washer. You know what, I'm not going to use a washer. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 magnets. You don't have to use magnets. You can, of course, use what are they called? Velcro dots. Those are cool. You could use those. You don't have to use a magnet at all. Alright, so I'm going to take the backing off of here. No, that's not going to work. I mean, if I'm doing it this way, then it needs to be... Quit it! It's stuck to the sticky end. Alright, Jen. Let's do it this way. No, let's do it this way. So I'm going to stick this magnet here in the middle somewhere. Probably don't even need this post-it note, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it on here. Yeah, so now I'm going to put tape on the back side of this. Push that down. Yas. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and stick this one down. I'm just going to use the, oh, look how close it is to the edge, you guys. I'm just going to use the art glitter glue. I'm going to avoid that edge. I should pay more attention, but that's okay. There will be no pocket on this. Ooh, you can see it. This is what happens when you're creating on the fly. You tried to plan, but this is what happens. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. I'm going to go around the magnet this way. The reason I decided to go ahead and use 2 magnets is because what if I wanted to line the, or to mat the inside of this envelope lid top thing, closure, what do you call it? What is this called? The flap. And so then the insert, for sure, this one goes in here like this. So that one will be in. I'm not sure what we're going to use this one for, because this one's actually meant to go behind. You know, the pocket when it's a pocket. So it's meant to go behind. So we are going to probably put this one aside for now. So I'm going to go ahead and ink both sides. I'm not sure if I'm going to, I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead and ink both sides of this, distress it, and we're going to wait to mat it, I think. We'll see. So we're just going to stick it in here for now, and we'll wait and see what we're going to do with that. So we've got that. Then this folds down, and it's possible we might have a pocket here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like, just give it a little bit of a rip, just in case we end up, we don't have to put anything there, but it kind of looks cool. Hit that a little bit. So that way we know that something can go there. You know what I mean? You can do like an insert here. And you can get a deep insert too. So, yeah, I like that. And now I'm wondering if I should, probably shouldn't. I'm going a little nutso here. That might be too much of the same thing. So we will leave that plain for now. But now we know that that could totally be a pocket, and this could be a pocket. Okay, I think I'm just going to hold off on any further embellishing on this page, because I still need to kind of figure out how I'm going to fix my boo-boo there. I'm sure I'll figure something out. So we got a pocket, we got a pocket, we got a window. Remember, this is the side pocket insert, and this is the spine. So yeah, and then this flips up, and then there's a pocket with its insert that has not been matted. Aren't those flamingos super cute? Okay, so I think we're gonna call it done for now. And then the next video we'll do the back side of this page. So now we've got 1.5 pages done. So we've got this one. See how cute this little bow is? I want to put a bow here, but I'm just not super sure yet, so we're gonna wait. Okay, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that circle right there. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have in the description box below. And you might want to check out these other videos that are here on the screen. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.